Okay, today's lesson is the midpoint. The midpoint between 2 points, right? So it's the halfway point of a line segment. So segment AB, here's the midpoint right here. So this is the, excuse me, some purple. This is the midpoint right there. So we have to remember that a point is x, comma, y. So let's make our x's in blue, and let's make our y's in pink. So I'm going to make the y's in pink now, since I already have the marker here. And I'm going to make the x's in blue. So if you notice, both are dividing by 2, because if you want to find the middle of something, you're finding the average. You're dividing something by 2. If you want a piece of apple and you want to find the middle of the apple, you cut the apple in half. You're dividing it into 2 pieces, right? So we're going to do the same thing here on these 2 examples. It says find the midpoint MP of the line segment. So these are our 2 points. So if you notice, we did X in blue, so let's do the X in blue on both of these as well. And the Y's were in pink, so let's do Y and Y there. So we say X is X plus X divided by 2, X plus X divided by 2. Well, my 2 x's are 31 and 2, so 31 plus, right? The formula says plus, divided by 2. 31 plus 2 is 33, and 33 divided by 2 is 16.5. So that's my x-coordinate, 16.5. Right, next we're going to find our y. Y plus y, pink plus pink. Y plus y divided by 2. Or our 2 y's are negative 18 and negative 38. So I'm going to say negative 18 plus negative 38 divided by 2. Can't forget that. These 2 are the same sign, so we can add them. 38 plus 18 is 56. 38 is the bigger integer, and 38 is a negative, so I'm going to make the answer a negative 2. Divided by 2 as well, can't forget that. 56, a negative divided by a positive is a negative. 56 divided by 2 is 28. So this is my x, and this is my y. So my midpoint is x comma y, 16.5, comma, negative 28. So that is the midpoint between these 2 points. So let's do the same thing for example 2. Right? So our x's are in blue, and our y's are in pink. All right, so our formula says x plus x, so let's do the x's first. X is equal to x plus x divided by 2, because we're finding the midpoint, the middle, divided by 2. Our x's are in blue, it's negative 17 and negative 6, so negative 17 plus negative 6 divided by 2. So 17 and 6 are both negative, so they are the same sign. So we add them. 17 plus 6 is 23. And 17 is a bigger integer and it is a negative, so the 23 is negative as well. Divided by 2. Negative divided by a positive is a negative. 23 divided by 2 is 11.5. You can use a calculator if you're not sure. Absolutely. Okay. Next, we're going to do our y's. Our y's are in pink. So it says y plus y. Y plus y divided by 2. Our two y's are 19 and negative 21. So 19 plus, right, negative 21 divided by 2. 19 is positive, 21 is negative, so they are not the same sign. So I subtract. 21 minus 19 is 2. 21 is the bigger integer, bigger than 19, and it's a negative, so the answer is negative as well. Can't forget divided by 2, and a negative divided by a positive is a negative. 2 divided by 2 is 1. So I have my x, I have my y, so my midpoint is negative 11.5, comma, negative 1. And that's what the notes on midpoint look like. Examples from Delta Math. So I have my sheet here. So I'm going to find the midpoint of the segment with the following endpoints. So this is one end and this is another end. So again, my x's are in blue. My y's are in pink. So I remember that x is equal to x plus x divided by 2. So my first x is 4 plus my second x is negative 2, and I can't forget divided by 2. 4 and negative 2 are different signs, so I'm going to subtract. 4 minus 2 is 2. 4 is my bigger integer, and it's a positive, so the 2 is going to be positive as well. Can't forget divided by 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1. Okay? Next, we're going to find our y. And again, y is y plus y divided by 2, right? We're finding the midpoint, so we have to divide by 2. So my two y's are 1 plus negative 3. Can't forget divided by 2. And 1 and negative 3 are different signs. So I'm going to subtract. 3 minus 1 is 2. And since 3 is the bigger integer and 3 is a negative, the answer is going to be negative as well. I can't forget my divided by 2 part. Negative 2 divided by 2 is negative 1. So that means my midpoint is equal to x comma y. X is 1. Y is negative 1. There you go. All right, so we're going to do the same thing for the second example. Find the midpoint of the segment with the following endpoints. So we're going to say negative 9 is our x, negative 3 is our x, negative 7 is our y, and 1 is our y. So again, I remember that I'm finding the average, I'm finding the middle. So I'm going to divide by 2. So x is equal to x plus x divided by 2. And that my two x's are in blue, so I say negative 9 plus negative 3 divided by 2. Can't forget to bring that divided by 2 over. A negative 9 and negative 3 are the same signs, so we're going to add them. 9 plus 3 is 12. 9 is my bigger integer and 9 is a negative, so the answer is negative as well. Can't forget divided by 2. A negative divided by a positive is a negative, and 12 divided by 2 is 6. Half of 12 is 6. Now we're going to find our y. Y is equal to y plus y divided by 2. Because we're finding the middle, divided by 2. Our y's are in pink, so we say negative 7 plus, always plus, 1. Divided by 2 here, bring it over. Negative 7 and 1 are not the same signs, so we subtract 7 minus 1 is 6. And 7 is the bigger integer, 7 is bigger than 1, and 7 is a negative, so the answer is going to be negative as well. Divided by 2. A negative divided by a positive is a negative. 6 divided by 2 is 3. So our midpoint of this segment that has these 2 points as endpoints is x is negative 6, y is negative 3. And there you go. That's the way the examples look on Delta Math.